So I'm sitting here in Gatlinburg. I'm at the NOC. They've got this great porch with a bunch of rocking chairs. I tried to get a shuttle to Davenport Gap, and everybody on the list is busy or otherwise occupied. So one of the workers said, "Well, shoot, I live up there. I can take you for free." So I'm like, "Okay, works for me." I'll probably offer him some gas money anyway, but I guess it's on his way home, so I'm gonna take advantage of that. Burning my Smokies permit. There it is, gone. God, I hate the Smokies. Hello everybody, it is Wednesday, April 24th. I am leaving Standing Bear Hostel, which is a vortex spot. Fortunately, I did not get vortexed. I spent the morning hanging out with some hikers, got a ride to the local Walmart where I got this cool new hat and a little bit of a resupply. And then I came back and I spent a little while at Standing Bear Hostel, and now I'm hiking out of there. I am going to camp on the other side of this little river here, right about there, as a matter of fact. I think. Maybe not there exactly, but I'm going to camp on the other side of this river. Yeah, this looks like a good spot. There's a place to cross. Alright, so there's the Appalachian Trail. I'm going to cross this river here and camp on the other side. And then in the morning, I will get up and I will hike up the trail and get out of here. Because I don't want to be actually the trail, I guess the trail goes down this road a little ways. Anyway, and I cross and set up my tent and go to sleep. So I took 2 zeros here in the next to the river near Standing Bear. Set up my tent right here. My knee is still hurting. I was hoping that taking 2 zeros would help my knee stop hurting, but it's still sore. So I'm gonna go up to Standing Bear and get some resupply, and I'll just have to hike with a sore knee, I guess. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Hey everybody, it's late afternoon on April 27th. I am hiking out of Standing Bear because I know if I don't leave now, I'll never escape. According to my Fire app, I have a 4.2 mile hike uphill out of Standing Bear, but weirdly, according to the Apple Fire app, it's only 2.8 miles out. So who knows which is correct? But I'm going to try to make 2 miles tonight, and then we'll see how I'm feeling and if I want to push on. There's a campsite in 2 miles, 2.2 miles up from Standing Bear. So if I can make it there, then at least I'll be on my way up the hill and out of here. Yeah, so I looked into getting a shuttle from Standing Bear to Max Patch just so I could get out of here. I wouldn't be tempted to go back in to the vortex. In case you're wondering, vortex means basically the term vortex is a term Appalachian Trail hikers use for when you get to a hostel or a shelter or a hostel or a town. Shelters generally don't get vortex because you have to leave eventually. You run out of food. But in a town or a hostel, when you roll in and then you say, I'm going to do a 0, and then some friends come in and you say, I'll do another 0, and before you know it, you've been there for a week. That's a vortex. So, I'm trying to get out of this one. It was a mini vortex. I didn't spend the entire time at the hostel. I did leave and camp out on the trail for a couple of days, and I was really basically just trying to get my knee rest because I heard it at Collins Springs Shelter. But yeah, well, gotta keep pushing. So this tree, it's probably 25 feet off trail and downhill, so I'm not gonna go off trail to get a closer look at it. But it's got beautiful orange blossoms on it. Too bad it's so far away. I'm not going off trail, but I wonder what kind of tree it is. Anyway, found one of these orange blossoms, probably the same type of tree, but this one's right on the trail. So I'd really be interested to know what kind of tree this is. Whatever it is, the blossom is beautiful. Here's another new flower. It's a 5-petaled red flower. Again, don't know what that is. It's very pretty. I like red. Good morning, everybody. It is April 28th. I slept last night. Here, basically I did what's called cowboy camping, which means I slept out open on the forest floor with no tent. It's always a little risky to cowboy camp. It might rain, but it didn't rain last night. So I had a nice, relaxing beneath the stars. Obviously the sun started to come up, so there's no stars yet anymore, but I will have to do a thorough tick check to make sure I didn't acquire any crawly little passengers. But I got here last night. It was fully dark. I basically couldn't see. There's supposed to be 3 or 4 tent spots, but I didn't see anything like that. So I just threw down my pad and slept right on the forest floor, and it was very comfortable. Anyway, I'm gonna start thinking about getting up and getting a move on because I got miles to push today. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Good morning. It is April 28th. It took me longer to get going than I wanted, really. It is 9:15 and I'm just finished packing up. I did filter and drink about 4 liters of water, and I'm carrying an additional 2. It looks like it's going to be a scorcher today. The weather has it up to 81 maybe, so I want to do at least 5 miles. I'd prefer to do 8 to Davenport Gap, but I want to do at least 5 to the shelter. So we'll see how I can manage. Depending on how, I might end up, depending on how long it takes, I might end up taking an afternoon break and getting up and night hiking a little bit. I don't have a lot of battery. I don't have backup batteries for my flashlight, so I don't want to do too much night hiking. But I do want to get some miles in. I'm 28 from Hot Springs, so I'd like to do that in 3 days. Well, no, 3 days isn't really realistic. I'd like to do that in 4 days. I think Friday. No, I don't know. One of the days, I think we have one rainy day coming up, but the weather's supposed to be in the 70s, so I'll try to hike. We'll see what happens. I don't want to go over Max Patch in rain, so hopefully it doesn't line up like that, especially since it's supposed to be thunderstorms. Going over Max Patch, a bald mountain in thunderstorms, is recipe for a really bad time. So anyway, I'm going to get up and start hiking before the day gets much later. I would have liked to have been up at 6:30 when I woke up and gotten hiking right away, but that was not to be. Anyway, what do you think? Do you guys like my new hat? I do. Anyway, so I'm going to start hiking now. Just found another weird looking flower. It's a strange purple blossom. I don't know what kind of flower it is, but it's all on the side of the trail here. I found another flower. It looks like the same type of flower as the purple one, but this one is white. It's got the same weird 6-petal shape as the purple one. There's a couple white ones here. More purple ones up the trail. So we are at the top of Snowbird Mountain. which is about 5 miles north of Standing Bear. Took me I hiked for, I don't know, 3 hours yesterday, and then all of today. It's about 1 o'clock. I did take an hour break. Back there, a little ways, maybe half a mile back, underneath a shady tree. There's a AT symbol here with a white blaze on it. And we should be able to see Max Patch from the top of this, I think. Whew. Feels like I got a blister forming on the ball of my foot, which I suppose is my own fault because I'm hiking in Crocs again. But a building up here. I think it's a weather monitoring station of some sort. It's off trail, so I won't be going to it. But I'll show it to you when we get a view. I can kind of see it through the trees. And I can definitely hear a hum. Oh, there's the weather monitoring building over there, I think. You can see it. Ooh. Somebody, yeah, this, a dog got lost on trail. Female dog, unfortunately, got lost on trail after 9 years of hiking with her owner. It's very sad. Not sure why that's up here. Leaves no trace and all that. But probably somebody was able to drive up to this weather monitoring station and drop it off. That was more than a month ago the dog got lost, so as sad as it is to say, it probably died. Anyway, the trail goes that way. I'm not going off trail to see this weather monitoring station since I know there's nothing up there for me. But I am going to turn off the camera so I can hike faster. Quite a view from up here. I don't know where Max Patch is. Probably on the other side of one of these hills that I can't see past. So, or maybe it's over there, I'm not sure. But still a pretty view. I'm gonna keep hiking though. I need to get somewhere with water It's pretty dry out here. Pretty hot. The sun's hot, but the breeze is cool, so it's not bad. Beautiful white flower, 3 petals, yellow piston in the middle, and some more purple ones. Don't know what purple one that is. I think that one's a new one too. I don't know what this is, but it's really pretty. I don't know if you can see it, the red leaves there. Unfortunately, the sun is rating. Good morning. It is April 29th. Monday, April 29th. I spent the night at Groundhog Shelter. I did 5 miles yesterday, which isn't great. I've got 2 mile up first thing in the morning, followed by a short down, followed by an up, and then like a ridge walk. And then I'll be at Max Patch. That's about 6 miles. 6 miles to Max Patch, I think. And then Max Patch is beautiful. It's a long up, then a great view. If I can go up today, that would be great. If I can't make it to tomorrow, well, tomorrow's supposed to be thunderstorms, so that's not great. Again, I don't have any food to do 0 on trail, so I'll have to keep hiking. I should be in Hot Springs sometime later in the week, Thursday or Friday maybe, I'm not sure. I'll have to look at the mileage, see how far away I am at the end of the day. Talk to you later. So last night I stayed at Groundhog Creek Shelter. Thankfully maintained by the Carolina Mountain Club. There was a sign in the shelter that said it was built in 1939, which means Grandma Gatewood probably stayed there at one point or another. But anyway, I got 2.5 miles of uphill today, just to start off the morning. Fun times. I know what this one's called. This is a lady slipper. So I'm walking along and I just saw this really weird leaf. Never seen a leaf quite like that before. I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of got like a golden tinge, but I've never seen a leaf shaped like that before. I have no idea what kind of plant that is. I assume it's a tree of some sort, but I don't know what kind. Hello again. It's still the 29th of April. I'm walking, obviously, but I'm walking on an old road, but a forest road. I had a couple motorcycles pass me, and they stopped to make sure I was okay, and they're like, "Where are you going? Where are you coming from?" And I'm like, I'm taking this easier path to get to Max Patch, and so I convinced them I was okay, and I knew where I was and where I was going, and they drove on, and then one of them came back and was like, "You passed the Appalachian Trail, did you make a wrong turn?" I'm like, "Nope. I got a blister the size of a dime on my foot. It hurts like hell. And going up and over the trail in this heat, it's hot, let's put it that way." So, anywho, I decided to do a road walk. Technically what this is blue blazing. Blue blaze basically means taking a side trail. Usually it's a shortcut. In this case, it's a long cut, because the trail miles is about 3, and the road walk is probably 4.5. So it's not a shortcut, but it's easier. While we're on the subject, let's talk about some other colors. Basically, I want to do a video. This video is about terms that Appalachian Trail through hikers use. Not just through hikers, but mostly. We have our whole language out here. There's white blazers, often called purists. They think they have to go past every single white blazer their hike to somehow magically doesn't count. They're going to have a tough time this year. There's wildfires in Virginia, and 50 plus miles are closed. So they're going to have to skip that somehow. Anyway, so then you got blue blazers, and I do a lot of blue blazing. Ooh. Oh darn. Found a Propel packet, and I was like, ooh, free food. But it's empty. Somebody emptied it and threw it on the ground. I'm going to pick it up. Alright, picked up the Propel packet, which was sadly empty. Although not really sadly, because it's grape, and grape is gross. Anyway, where was I? Oh, right, so we've got white blazers, you've got blue blazers. Tangent to the blue blaze, you have what's called the retro blaze. What retro blazing is essentially, there are some sections of the Appalachian Trail. Oh, wow. That's sad. So, retroblazing. What retroblazing is essentially is hiking old sections of the Appalachian Trail rather than the newer reroutes. For example, in Killington, Vermont, from the top of Killington, there's two different paths you can take. You can take the retroblaze, which is the Pico Trail, or you can take the Appalachian Trail, which adds an extra like 5 miles onto the trail. I generally prefer to do the retroblaze in that section because the Pico Trail goes right to the Inlet Long Trail. You can't have an Inlet Long Trail that's not on the Long Trail. But the Long Trail and the Appalachian Trail got rerouted a few years ago. So the Inlet Long Trail is no longer on the Long Trail. You have aqua blazing. Aqua blazing generally refers to the section of Appalachian Trail running through Shenandoah Mountains. Some people will like to paddle canoe down the Shenandoah River rather than hike the 100 plus mile section of the Appalachian Trail through the Shenandoahs. There are some other sections where you could paddle a boat for a little ways and skip a small portion of the trail. Boots Off Hostel, south of Tennessee, has a section like that. They charge you like $80 to paddle a canoe across the lake and call it an aqua blaze. Anyway, that's aqua blazing. Now let's see, you've got yellow blazing. Yellow blazing is basically you get a ride around a section. That doesn't mean like basically if you get a ride around a section with no intention of coming back and hiking that section, that would be yellow blazing. What I did for the Smokies, the second half of the Smokies this year, when I hiked from Fontana to Newfound Gap and then got a shuttle from Newfound Gap to Davenport Gap, that would be considered a yellow blaze. Because I really don't like the Smokies, and I don't want to do them. So that's yellow blazing. Let's see what else we have. I got a whole list. I just don't want to. I'm walking and I don't want to pull it out and look at it. There's pink blazing. Pink blazing is generally what you call it when you're chasing tail on trail. You're looking to get laid. That's pink blazing. Now there's some people who want to split it up. They'll tell you pink blazing is if you're chasing a girl and banana blazing is if you're chasing a boy. But I think that's silly. I think if you're chasing tail on trail, doesn't matter what gender you are, what gender they are. If you're chasing tail on trail, then that's pink blazing. There's green blazing, which is of course hiking stoned. That's always a fun one. Huh. What else do we have here? I'll have to look at my list and get back to you. Hello. So it's April 30. I did get to Max Patch. I hiked a total of 7 miles yesterday. Maybe 7.5. It's hard to tell because the road walk I did, it can't be measured through the Far Out app. So I don't know exactly how long that section of road that I did was. But it was probably 4.5 to 5 miles. So it did be between 7 and 7.5 miles yesterday. After I got the Max Patch Road, I was there for 5 minutes and a car went by and a truck. And I flagged him down and said, any chance you could give me a ride to a Hot Springs or to a road that I can hitch into Hot Springs? So they said sure, and they picked me up and got me loaded into their truck, and we started down the road, and we started talking, and they were like, oh, we were going to camp on Max Patch, but there's no camping on Max Patch, and do you know any place we can camp? And I'm like, well, the hostel that I want to go to has $10 camping. So they ended up giving me a ride all the way to Hot Springs and camping at Laughing Heart. They stayed here for the night. So that was pretty funny. So I got here. The blister's healing. It's still tender, and today was rainy, so I ended up taking a 0. So yeah, so I'm finishing up this video. Good news. I have lost 41 pounds since I started my hike this year. It's an unbelievable, incredible amount of weight to have lost. But there's one other type of blazing on the thing, and that's called brown blazing, and it involves basically shitting yourself. Many hikers will find themselves with loose bowels on the trail, either from getting bad water or more likely from overeating town food. Basically, you hike out of town and you're hiking down the trail, and all of a sudden you have a need to release explosive diarrhea, and sometimes you get it on yourself, and that would be brown blazing. Yeah, not a good one. So those are the main types of blazing, of colored blazes. There might be some more that I don't actively use. Black blazing, night hiking, I don't know. I've never heard that term used, so it's probably not a thing. But yeah. So this is a bit of a long one. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please comment. Please share with your friends and family, especially if you know anybody that's overweight and needs to be encouraged to get out there and hike, because this is the best weight loss system in the world.